Did you know that around 80% of new moms experience some form of anxiety after giving birth? It's totally normal, but understanding why can really help. Becoming a new mom can be an incredibly overwhelming experience. Suddenly, you're responsible for a tiny human being, and it's natural to feel anxious about making sure they're okay. But what if I told you that anxiety is a common phenomenon among new moms, and it's not just about being overwhelmed with responsibility? Today, we're going to dive into the reasons behind why new moms feel so anxious, and hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of what's going on and why it's totally normal. Hormonal changes after pregnancy can be brutal. I mean, we're talking about a massive shift in your body's chemistry. Progesterone and estrogen levels drop significantly after giving birth, which can lead to mood swings, anxiety, and depression. It's like your body is going through withdrawal from all the hormones that were supporting your pregnancy. And if you're breastfeeding, your hormone levels will fluctuate even more. It's no wonder you might be feeling anxious, irritable, or just plain emotional. This hormonal roller coaster can be really tough to navigate, especially when you're already feeling overwhelmed with caring for a newborn. These hormonal changes can also affect your neurotransmitters, like serotonin and dopamine, which regulate your mood. So, it's not just about feeling anxious. You might be experiencing physical symptoms like insomnia, fatigue, or digestive issues. Your body is trying to adjust to this new normal, and it can be a really challenging process. It's essential to remember that these physical symptoms are not just in your head. They're a real response to the hormonal fluctuations you're experiencing. It's also important to acknowledge that hormonal changes can affect your anxiety levels indirectly. For example, if you're not sleeping well due to hormonal changes, that lack of sleep can increase your anxiety. It's a vicious cycle, and it can be difficult to break free from it. But understanding the role of hormones in your anxiety can help you approach it from a more compassionate and informed perspective. When you become a new mom, you take on a whole new set of responsibilities. You're not just caring for yourself anymore, you're responsible for this tiny human being who depends on you for everything. It's natural to feel anxious about making sure your baby is healthy, happy, and thriving. But what if I told you that this pressure to be a good mom can be crippling? The fear of not being good enough, of making mistakes, of not knowing what you're doing, it's all too real. You might be worried about things like breastfeeding, diaper changing, or just general parenting skills. The pressure to be perfect can come from within, but it can also come from external sources like family members, friends, or even social media. You might be comparing yourself to other moms, thinking they have it all together, while you're struggling to keep your head above water. But let me tell you a secret, no one has it all together. We're all just figuring it out as we go along, and that's okay. It's okay to not know what you're doing, and it's okay to ask for help. Social media can be particularly damaging when it comes to new mom anxiety. We're bombarded with perfect images of moms who seem to be effortlessly juggling motherhood, careers, and personal lives. But the truth is, those images are often carefully curated to present a perfect facade. They're not reflecting reality, and they can make you feel like you're not good enough. It's essential to remember that social media is just a highlight reel. It's not real life. Societal expectations can also contribute to new mom anxiety. We're often expected to bounce back from pregnancy and childbirth, looking and feeling like we did before we got pregnant. But that's just not realistic. Our bodies have gone through a massive transformation, and it takes time to recover. We need to be kinder to ourselves and acknowledge that it's okay to not be okay. Did you know that around 80% of new moms experience some form of anxiety after giving birth? As we've discussed, it's totally normal, and it's not just about being overwhelmed with responsibility. Hormonal changes, pressure to be a good mom, and societal expectations all play a role in new mom anxiety. Remember, you're not alone, and these feelings are completely understandable. If you're struggling with anxiety as a new mom, I want to encourage you to share your experiences in the comments below. It can be really helpful to connect with others who are going through the same thing. And if you're looking for some strategies to cope with new mom anxiety, Be sure to check out our next video, where we'll be discussing some practical tips to help you manage your anxiety and find more peace as a new mom.